Okay, hopefully you guys are enjoying my 2003 PowerPoint so far. If you guys can't hear me too well, I apologize. I'm working on getting a better mic. Not asking for any donations or anything like that. I do have a Patreon page, which is solely so you get notifications and updates first, working on building a YouTube page and so on and so forth. But welcome back to the 5-Minute Handbook series, Part 1, Awake. We are in the second chapter, called Evidence. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Bible, an interesting book, which if you could push pause and read all of this, I don't have time to go into this. A couple of things I'd like to point out, though, is Constantine. I do not like him, and I will go into another video and explain why. There are more than 66 books that used to be in the Bible, but for some reason they took them out, and I don't know who gave them the authority to, because I know it wasn't God. We're moving on. So the Bible is a prophetic book. This is one of the reasons why I believe in it and why I believe that it has authenticity, because in 600 BC, when Daniel was writing, recording Nebuchadnezzar's dreams and interpreting it, this was the interpretation that he gave, and all of it came true. Now, this is just one example, and I'm giving this example because this is another thing that I would like to go into and talk about, because everybody has their own opinions and beliefs and stuff like that on it. But I would like to go make some, put things on trial kind of thing, put videos on trials to break this stuff down. So a little bit of a reminder for me to go into, and just one big example of just one of the many prophetic things that was fulfilled in Scripture. That's basically the Old Testament. Then you have the New Testament, and I'm going to get into Torah in a minute. But in the New Testament, if you're going to disregard the Bible, Scripture, any of it, you would also have to disregard Homer, Aristotle, Julius Caesar, Homer's Iliad, all of that. I know I just said Homer. Anyhow, you'd have to disregard all of them because, this is when they were written, this is when the earliest manuscript was available, how many manuscripts, and the New Testament is one of the most reliable sources, with even more, prophecies being fulfilled in it and more prophecies to come. And anyhow, we're going to get into a little bit more of the Torah. This equidistant letter sequence is a mathematical impossibility considering the time that it was written and originally passed down orally. You would have needed a supercomputer to come up with this code where every 50 letters in Genesis and Exodus, Numbers and Deuteronomy, in the first two books it spells Torah, in the last two books it spells Torah backwards, pointing to the book of Leviticus, pointing to the name of God. It's his signature in his word. Also, too, right in the beginning, the very first verse in the Bible, in the beginning, that one word in Hebrew, Bereshit, it is the salvation story. When you break it down, this is a salvation story. God truly lets us know what's going to happen from the beginning to the end of the Bible. Patterns. You can look up the Fibonacci signature in nature. Well, Fibonacci in nature, it's this really cool, it's basically, it's math. Math of the language. Kind of going through this, you can look this stuff up. This is God's signature in nature on the human body. Quote by Nikola Tesla: if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. If you only knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. Nikola Tesla, a very undercredited man. So all of this stuff, in my opinion, with the signature just on the world, on the human body, just this everything from history, people, this prophetic book, scriptures, and then the extra biblical texts, as Rob Skiba would refer to them as. All of this stuff points to an intelligent design, which means there is a designer. So this next video I want to kind of go into who is this designer, and as we go along I want to explain his plans for you, and not any of this donate money to me if you give money, none of that crap. I want to go into all this as simply as I can. So with the last 20 seconds of this video, be sure to follow me on Patreon, and I'm working on these as we go along. So thanks again for watching. As I exit.